the 6th Tenset GEM Alaska Gold Rush. So we're going to do a little intro on the project and play some game footage, talk to the team, and then at the end, we're going to answer some questions from you guys. So feel free to start submitting questions. But maybe to kick things off, we could introduce everybody. So Rafal, maybe you could introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Rafał. I am co-founder and CEO here in Alaska Gold Rush. I've got like over 6 years of experience in the crypto space, both professionally and personally. For the last 12 years, I've been running my own digital marketing agency. And for the last 1.5 years, we've been developing our brand, me and Sylvia and Przemek, Alaska Gold Rush. Meet also Nicole from our team and Sylvia. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole. I am CMO of Alaska Gold Rush. I entered crypto, as probably many of you, when COVID struck in March of 2020 and managed to now do it full time. There is a lot to learn, which took me a little while. And so we actually formed a group called Crypto Society, where we share our research with like-minded people and ask them to share the research as well. And that's where I met Rafał and Sylvia, who asked me to join the team.
Hi, I'm Sylvia.
Awesome.
I'm the founder of Alaska Gold Rush. I'm in the crypto space from almost 5 years. Currently, I'm full-time crypto. On the beginning, my activity was mainly based on educating people or just being active on Telegram groups. And that's how I found my way to Crypto Society, a group of crypto enthusiasts and researchers, where currently I deal with fundamental analysis and business development. I'm also a shareholder at Polish VC, where we are investing in a project in very early stages like seed and private. And I'm also a gamer, a big fan of The Witcher and God of War. So when I saw for the first time the idea of Web3 games, I saw that currently we have a real product in Web3 and that we can go into the masses. So now I create my own project with my business partners, with Rafał, Luis, and Nicole, in cooperation with Polish listed stock exchange company Bake Games.
Awesome.
Oh, and there is also,
I
just wanted to add that there is also Luis, who are a CRO, and he's got like professional experience of working for financial companies like Siemens Financial. He was also a director at Red Bull in Germany. And there is also Przemek, our CTO, who is the owner of Bake Game Studios in Poland, and also he's a part of our team. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, and then just intro for me. My name is Dan. I'm brand manager at Tenset, so overseeing a lot of our social stuff in the community, and I get to participate in the AMAs. So that's everybody introduced. So maybe we kick things off. How has development been for Alaska? We spoke maybe 6 months ago on Alaska.
Yeah, so actually a lot of things have changed for the better, and we improved by a lot. We decided to make our in-game world much bigger. So if you think, like, for example, that it had like two units of size, we made it like 4 times as big, not even more, like 4.5 times as big. So the world is really huge. And if you don't own a dog sled, it will take a lot of time to travel through the whole world. So probably some of you will be able to check a small chunk of Alaskan world in the upcoming demo. We are preparing ourselves to release the alpha, and it will be live the next week. In 2 months, we are releasing our beta. And obviously we were preparing ourselves for the IDO on Tenset. We onboarded lots of influencers from the GameFi space, from the Web3 space. And you can already see on our Twitter and our socials that we are getting awesome traction and amazing feedback from our community and from those content creators who had an occasion to try the Alaska. We also developed a new AI model for our NPCs and for our like opponents, like AI generated ones. So we think that even playing a single player mode, the game will be a lot more exciting. Yeah, and we are very happy to inform that, right, if you take a look at our roadmap and plans, everything goes according to the plans. And yeah, we've got the whole team of new people who are helping us to reach all the goals on time. Mm, yeah, I think that that's a short summary of where we are at today.
Great, thank you. And it was mentioned earlier about baked games, but maybe you could share a little bit more information about the studio developing Alaska.
Yeah, so we partnered with Bait Games, and it's a gaming studio which is publicly listed on a stock exchange. They have 8 years of experience in developing games, and their CEO is part of our team, and he's our CTO. We have approximately 20 gaming developers and designers that have worked on Alaska full time for the last 1.5 years already. And which has led us to this week, which is our alpha demo will be released this week. I think you're watching some of it on the screen already. Hope some of you guys have managed to get whitelisted for Magic Eden NFT, because part of the perks there will be that you will be able to test our alpha, and we look forward to the feedback. Now we can still integrate it. Bake Games does have previous successes as well. Their last game, Prison Simulator, was downloaded, well, their prologue was downloaded over 1 million times. And so they have a loyal gaming follower base, which we can then tap into as well. They've already expressed a lot of interest in Alaska. I think one of our challenges will be to find easy ways to onboard Web2 users into the Web3 space, but thankfully we have great partnerships that can tackle that side of things for us.
Awesome, thank you. And Rafal, you mentioned a few minutes ago about AI, but our community are really interested in this as AI is really taking over recently. Could you share a little bit more information about the AI for the combat I think it's being used for?
Yes, sure. So actually, we all observed that everybody is trying to jump on this hype bandwagon. Like sometimes it was making no sense at all. And when it comes about the gaming, it's like a natural outcome of what we do, because if you will actually study how the games are being made, AI is not something totally new here. It's been used in gaming for years. And in case of Alaska Gold Rush, there are for two very easy to explain examples how it can be used and how we are going to incorporate in Alaska. So first, as I mentioned, is the mode where you fight with the bots, and you don't like, for example, if you don't want to play multiplayer and, for example, play for real money, you just want to fill the quests and play the PvE mode. There will be some bandits on your way, which you will have to overcome, and we want to make them learn from the players to actually make it more challenging and look like a battle in the real life. So the opponents will be able to learn from the players to actually make the game a little bit harder and challenging. Obviously there will be beatable still, but we want to make Alaska a game of skill, as I mentioned in our previous AMA. The second option is the second example of using AI is to actually create a new quest. So as you probably know, we want to make Alaska a game that you will come back to, even if you don't want to compete in the arenas and you want to play the quests and the storylines. We want to make the quests like different for each time. So this is why we are working on those AI generated quests and storylines that will actually make it interesting And obviously, it's not like, for example, like in the chat GPT that you just click generate. The machine learning and the AI needs to be improved, and we need to actually put some data into the game to look it like naturally, not like something robot generated. But yeah, but we are working also on those AI generated quests. So I think these are like two very simple to explain examples of how we are going to incorporate it into Alaska.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. So let's move on to the in-game economy now. So there'll be two tokens, carrot and gold. Maybe you could share some more information about that.
Sure. Yes. So actually, gold is our like in-game off-chain token, and Carat is the on-chain one. In Alaska, there will be two tokens, each one serving for different uses and different characteristics. So for the off-chain one, for the gold, you can buy some equipment like simple items to battle on the arenas, the health potions, etc. You can craft the equipment for the gold, you can repair the equipment for the gold, and you can buy some loot boxes. And the Karat, which is like our main token, which will be tradable on the exchanges, you will be able to actually wage this token on the arenas to actually bring the value by the players. Alaska Gold Rush is a game, is an ecosystem where value of the token doesn't come out from thin air. Players are actually bringing it by playing this game of skill and fighting for it. You will be able to buy the NFTs for the carats. You will be able to buy the battle passes, the NFT tickets, and speed up some timers. So these are like few examples. The other thing is that actually the off-chain token off-chain token won't be exchangeable for the on-chain one to avoid the inflation. We hired like in-game economists to make this economy sustainable and to fight the inflation, which was one of the reasons why the other projects failed. Mm, and this is why we are going to use several burning mechanisms in, for example, in the PvP arena modes, and the gold won't be exchangeable for carat. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a really good explanation. A much more sustainable model, as you mentioned, compared to what some of the other games might have struggled with previously. So that was for the tokens. So maybe a bit about NFTs as well. I know there's been a lot of hype this week about the golden pickaxe NFT mint, but you could talk about that and what other NFTs there'll be in Alaska.
So in Alaska, there will be three types of NFTs. We are going to introduce our lands, which in the game there will be a mines. So if you are a big fish in Alaska and you can afford for your own land, then you can hire people in your mine who will share the off-chain token gold, which they will dig. Or if you can't afford for your own land, then you can employ yourself in somebody's other's mine, and then you still have possibility to earn the off-chain token to equip yourself and then to play in the battle arena. A second type of NFTs, there will be skins, and the skins will upgrade the stats of your tools, like for example pickaxe skins. And with these skins, you can dig faster, or your pickaxe will not run out such fast as normally without the skin. Also, a clothing, because Alaska is a survival game, so you still have to take care of your needs to check the temperature of your body and the hunger. So the clothing will be very important here. And the third types of NFTs will be our battle passes. It will work like a tickets where you have possibility to play in the battle arena to earn real money from the PvP mode.
Awesome. And the golden pickaxe mint, that's today, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, today we have a
Later
minute
today.
on Magic Eden, and it will be at 3 p.m. UTC.
And actually, all the TGLP Alaska NFT holders are whitelisted for this meet. So yeah, feel free to join.
Yeah, another special utility. Yeah. So then moving on to like the roadmap for the next few months. So you guys just mentioned the alpha release is coming really soon, right?
Yeah, the alpha release is coming up the next week. Then we are obviously on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, we are doing IDO on Tenset. We plan to launch the token early April. Uh, and yeah, and in the late May, we will most probably release the beta version of the game. Then there is like another campaign of onboarding traditional gaming streamers, Twitchers, and players from different platforms that we partner with. We partner with to Alaska. And yeah, and in the end of August, early September, we want to release the full version of the game. Then probably there will be a huge hype where everybody will be trying the game itself. But this isn't where we stop. We are like working constantly on the game, and we are preparing the first like big seasonal update in the beginning of the next year, which will have like a huge, which will expand the world, which will come with the new packs of stories and additional features that were proposed by our testers. So this is why actually it's worth to test Alaska and to share the feedback. We want to incentivize the testers, and we want to give them the feel that they have a like real affection on the product that and the brand that we are building. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, super exciting. Maybe we might take some questions now from the community. So anybody watching, feel free to submit a question. We'll be happy to answer them. I see a few have come in already. So somebody asking what engine it's being built on, the game being developed.
So the game is built on Unity engine, and the PvP mode will be built on a Photon engine. We are also going to use the security which Photon engine is offering here.
Got it. And one person is asking how you plan to bring Web 2 players into Web 3, because I know that's
Oh,
an important
it's
strategy for
it's
Alaska.
sure. It's a whole. It's a part of our whole go-to-market strategy, when we will be using different kind of tools, solutions, and partners to actually make it. So when it comes about tools, like the launchers that we will launch the Alaska on, will be very user-friendly and will require no like technical knowledge of how to run in Web3. It will be very similar to the platform of Steam, which is familiar to most of the players. We will be using like the in-game wallet solutions that will help you to create the account with your socials. So, for example, let's say that if you want to create an account and you don't have a wallet, you can just log in through your Facebook account or Apple ID, and then the wallet is like being created in the backend. So we want to make this like, because right, traditional gamers, they don't have time to learn about how to create a MetaMask, how to transfer the funds into MetaMask, then send it to the centralized exchange, then swap it into your token, send it to most probably MetaMask back, and then be able to play the game. We want to make this path as short as possible, to bring the onboarding like barrier down to zero, to actually make it very easy for the players, and then educate them while playing about the possibilities that Web3 gives to them. So this is one of the part, like this is the first part of my answer. And the second one, we are like working with several partners, like for example, GEMS, who are like the esports company in Southeast Asia area, and we will be working together to bring Alaska to the esports masses, to actually make it one of the games that will be played during the esports tournaments, championships, etc. And there are marketplaces who are pivoting from Web 2 to Web 3, uh, who are actually already talking with us to work together. You will get a small sneak peek about that most probably within a few days. We'll be more than happy to share the more particular information. I cannot like disclose the names yet because we are still like before the announcement. But yeah, but marketplaces, esports companies, and like traditional gaming KOLs who will also show how to play Alaska and how enjoyable it can be.
Yeah, great answer. Another person asking, can we choose a female avatar to play in game?
That's a good question. Yesterday
Is
was
there?
Women's Day. Sylvia, are we going to stand our ground and make sure the women can choose women avatars?
Well, yeah, we are going to introduce some women in the game, of course, because in Alaska there were a lot of women during the gold rush. So we can't disclose it now yet because we are going to cooperate with a very well-known company which is scanning well-known people, but also everybody can be scanned and they can be incorporated in the game. But I think that very soon we will tell something more about it. And yes, we are planning to introduce it, and I think that players will have possibility to choose a woman avatar in the game.
The company should be well known to the Tencent users and investors actually,
Yeah,
but yeah, but we cannot disclose the name. But probably most of you can think who are we talking about.
yeah. I think 10 setters might have an idea for that one. So another question about playing the game. Will there be a mobile version in the future or just planned for PC?
So in our team, we are actually tend more to over deliver than to over promise. So there are some thoughts about how to combine, like how to bind the whole Alaska universe into different products. We've got something on the roadmap which is not like announced yet, but most probably there will be a kind of a small mobile game that will let you like work combine both like Alaska Gold Rush, our flagship standalone game, and the mobile. So it will be definitely helpful, and will like uncover like different cards in the history of Alaska as well. But I didn't say nothing. I didn't announce the product yet.
Just a teaser for now.
Yeah.
I've seen a few questions come in about the land sale. So do you have any more information, I guess, timeline? People are eager to find out when they can pick up their own mine.
Sure. So actually, when it comes about the land sale, we want to actually launch it when the two like conditions are met. So first of all, we want to meet them when players will be like able to get actual use of it, and the second thing is to actually have a good market for the NFTs to make it a successful sale. The thing about the land sale, the gold mines in Alaska, because the gold mines are the lands here, is that they will actually bring the profit even for those who don't want to play the game. So if you will take a look in our in-game economy, a chunk, apologies, a chunk from the in-game fees will be distributed through the to those holders. So we want to actually make it something very good opportunity both for those who are the players and those who are investors. For the players, it will save a lot of time because if you own a gold mine, you don't have to go to the mine and work yourself. You just need to hire the miners. So if you are feeling like an entrepreneur and you've got this like entrepreneurship spark, then probably it's also something good for you because then you can manage your workers and let them work for you. Part of the gold that is being mined in the gold mine goes to the gold mine owner's pocket. Yeah. And we want to,
Yeah.
most probably, if the market will allow it, most probably, if the market will allow us, we would like to do it like after the token is already out. We don't want to rush. Let's see how it all goes. We don't want to promise any particular date of about it, because this is one of the most important collections for Alaska Gold Rush. So yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah, makes sense. And somebody's asking as well, when that sale eventually does happen, will it be purchasable with Carrot or would it be with like a stable coin or something else?
So actually, we
If
want
that's
to
been
release.
decided yet.
So there are two business models we are considering. One is actually to sell all the mines in one batch, but paid both by carats and by the stables. And the second one is that we go with the first tranche of those mines in stables, and then additional one will be available to buy in the in-game marketplace for the carats only. But yeah, but we are still uh, before making this decision, so we are facing it right now.
Yeah, so stay tuned is the answer for that one. Somebody asking about listing, also stay tuned for that. That will be announced where and when it will launch. Somebody asked about transferring the token. Yeah, once the tokens you have unvested, once after the token is listed on the exchange, you'll be able to transfer them. We have a question about GameSwift. So I think that's a gaming platform in Web3. Did I read previously that Alaska were doing a collaboration with them?
With who? Sorry.
GameSwift.
GameSwift.
So we are partnering with GameSwift. The cooperation is mostly about the game launcher, where we are going to launch our game. Also, GameSwift is providing the solution to onboard Web2 players, and they are offering an easy, a simple wallet which is generated through the social media account or just an email. So of course we are going to use their solutions because we know that the team is very experienced and their current platform is looking very good. So it will be the direction where Alaska is going.
Awesome. Yeah. I have a question here. Can we steal gold from other players? Will there be a share for all?
So in the game, for sure, there will be a sheriff, and also in the game there will be bandits who can attack you in the forest, in the city, or even when you are going with your gold from the mine. So yes, somebody can steal your gold, but we are talking here about an off-chain token. Nobody can steal your on-chain token from your wallet.
Exactly. We are doing everything to make your funds safe. So as the CZ says, the funds are safe.
Good to know. Good to know. We're approaching 30 minutes now. I think we've covered most questions. I might just give a reminder that the IDO next week will be starting on the 18th of March for TGLP. So if you are a TGLP subscriber with locked tokens or you hold an NFT, you'll be able to participate. And as we mentioned earlier, Alaska TGLP NFT has some special utilities. They will actually have a double allocation in this upcoming IDO, as well as the chance to mint the Magic Eden NFT later today. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And if you want to participate in this sale, you have until the 17th of March to become eligible. So yeah, you still have another 8 days to get ready for the IDO. And that's everything from me. Any closing remarks from you guys? Anything you want to share with the community?
Sure, guys. We want to stay close to the community, so if you will have any further questions, feel free to tag us in our community channel in Alaska Gold Rush Official, or even in the Tenset channel. Feel free to tag us, because we are all there, and we will be more than happy to actually answer your questions. Stay tuned to our announcements on Twitter and Telegram. Yeah, and Hope you like what we are doing. Big days are still ahead, so keep your thumbs up. And yeah, thank you for hosting us today.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.